guys, welcome back to my channel, Shop and Read. Today I am doing the intro. It is now currently Monday evening for week 3 of my arcaugust as well as my draconathon reading vlog. So I'm just gonna jump right in because it's already Monday evening and I have made very little progress. I read some books, but overall in the grand scheme of things I read very little. So this week has been incredibly busy for me. I was busy gaming Saturday morning, which is amazing, and then I went over to my sister's place. I kind of just stayed there for the rest of the weekend, so I didn't get home until pretty late yesterday, and then I was at work today. So overall very busy the past few days. I haven't really read too much, but let's just go over the things I have read. So I'm still on Poppy War right now. I haven't made any progress, so it is still pretty much the same as my week 2 ending. So anyways, that's for this book. Then I have made some progress for this one over here. I am now on page 333, so I'm almost done. I feel like I can definitely finish the book tomorrow, but I'm really enjoying this book. I just feel like there's so many characters and mistaken identities or like hidden secret identities, and I'm just like so here for it. It's very intense. It's super immersive. I'm so intrigued and I definitely can't wait to find out what actually happens with this book. But I'm definitely loving this book and cannot wait to find out. And then I have managed to finish and listen. Oh, I did manage to finish and listen to one book this weekend, and that is Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris. This book was so good. Oh my god, I was so like, honestly, I just want to put everything down and read it because it was just so fascinating. I listened to this book so quickly on audiobook and I was just like, I needed to know what happened next. It was intense, it was gripping. I'm giving this book 5 stars, obviously. There's just so many elements to it. The characters, the plot, everything was just so gripping, and yeah, I loved it. The ending definitely threw me off guard. I expected to end a certain way and I feel like it did, but like the execution was just like something else, guys. I love that book. It was so good. So yeah, I mean, I feel like 2 out of 3 of B.A. Paris' book have been fantastic. So I think moving forward, I would definitely pick up her future books. Then I have also read up to Hitman Reborn Volume 10. I don't know where I left off. I don't like, at least I don't remember, because I'm still editing the vlog right now and I'm almost done. So hopefully I can get that done within like tomorrow or something like that. It's been kind of late. I just been really busy this past weekend, so I wasn't really home to edit anything. So I read up to volume 10 of Hitman Reborn. Obviously I love it. 5 stars for sure. So that's kind of it right now in terms of where I'm at with reading. But let's talk about the book that I am trying to read as well, in addition to everything I'm reading right now. So the book that I'm going to pick up this week in addition is this one over here. This is Black Leopard Red Wolf by Marlon James. This one is going to be for my draconathon, which is for the prompt that is set in Africa. So I'm really intrigued. I've heard some mixed reviews about this book, to be honest. Everyone was like super psyched before this book came out, and then once it came out I feel like I've heard some mixed reviews, so I don't really know what to expect. But either way though, it's Marlon James. I am intrigued. It's supposed to be inspired by West African folklore or something like that. Not entirely sure, to be honest, but it's definitely inspired by African folklore. I just don't know if it's West African folklore, but it's a fantasy and I feel like I've been really in the mood for like thrillers recently, so I kind of want to like veer away from thrillers this week and read something else. So this is the book I'm gonna pick up this week once I am done with this book over here, and hopefully once I'm done with this book as well. So yeah, hopefully I even get to it, to be honest. And then the other book, now that I'm done with my audiobook, I have managed to pick up Arena by Holly Jennings. I think that's the name. This one is a sci-fi novel. It's from my NetGalley, so this is an ebook and I'll be listening to an audiobook. So this will fulfill for my arcaugust. It's set in 2054 or something like that, and it's about virtual gaming. It's about this girl who is a virtual gamer, and everyone is basically like celebrities if they're a virtual gamer, and it's like the championships, etc, and you fight to the death, but like a virtual death. And so she finds out there's something more behind everything, and it's something kind of sinister, very like thriller like, but more like sci-fi-ish. So again, like I said, I've been reading a lot of thrillers recently, so I wanted to get away from it. So I saw that I had this book on audiobook and I was like, you know what, let me just pick up a different book that's not a thriller, because I think 2016 I was in a thriller mood, because I literally was going through my entire list by chronological order from the past to now, and all the books for the past like 20 books were all thrillers, and I was like, I am just not in the mood for thrillers right now. So I decided to pick up this book. But anyways, that is it in terms of this update. It is or this intro. It's a very long intro, all over the place intro, but yeah, I just wanted to get this out of the way because I just have not done any updating for you guys at all, and it's very Monday evening. So I'm gonna go read some more and then I will check back in later, and hopefully, you know, things will, I'll be to read some more. Like that's the main goal, guys. has been absolutely bonkers. It is now Wednesday evening. I wanted to update you guys yesterday, but I ran out of space on my memory card. I just didn't have time to go and clear up space, so yeah, I just didn't update you guys yesterday. So here I am now, Wednesday evening, and I just want to give you a quick update. This week has been just crazy with work and just life and everything, so I have not been updating you guys regularly, if at all, to be honest. I think I did my first intro at like Monday, and now it's Wednesday, and like that's it. But yeah, let's just quickly go through the books that I'm reading and just kind of give you guys an update on like how I've been reading, because it's been a mix of good and bad. So I'm still currently reading this book over here, which is The Poppy War, and I am now on page 352. I'm still loving this book. It is so good. I love the characters. Like, I really like the characters and just like their growth and kind of just like going along the journey and kind of see their development, and as they tackle all these different obstacles and form these bonds of other characters. It is just a really fascinating read, so I definitely want to continue with it. I'm really hoping to finish this book like this week, to be honest, because I really want to start the next book, which is Black Leopard Red Wolf, because I feel like I'm a little bit behind right now on draconathon. Like, I literally read like one book for that, and this is my second book, and I have like 3 other books to read, and I haven't started any of them, so I'm definitely a little bit behind for my draconathon readathon, but it's fine, guys. It's fine. I'm still loving this, and I definitely want to continue with it. So that's kind of my update for now. It's not a lot of update, to be honest. It's still amazing. And then in terms of my manga series, so I am now on volume 11, or volume 12 technically. I finished volume 11 yesterday night, so I'm really hoping to continue on with volume 12, and I just managed to finish editing my reading vlog for last week. It's exporting right now, which will take a bit. It's like always an hour or two, so that's going on right now. And then I checked that one, and I found out that I had finished up to volume 8, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, volume 7. So I finished volume 7, and then I read 8, 9, 10, and 11 in this week. So that's kind of my update there. I'm loving it as well. We're definitely past the whole character introductions right now, and there's so much action going on. Like, I am loving it. There are these new characters that have been introduced. I'm just like, but like, they're introduced because of the action, and I remember them fondly in the anime series, and like now I'm just like reading how they were like when they were first introduced. I was like, oh my god, this is what you're like now, but like wait until you get to like episode like 80 or something, which is in the anime. I'm like, things change then, and you guys will be all so different from each other, and I'm just like here for this. So I'm just loving everything about the series, so I definitely cannot wait to continue for sure. And then in terms of my audiobooks, I was reading Arena by Holly Jennings. This one I ended up DNFing at like 40-ish% of the way through. I realized how fucking racist this book was. So this book is a sci-fi set in the future type of book. It's about virtual reality. It follows a girl who is half Asian, like she's half Chinese, half American. And the thing is, like, I got to 42% of the way through, and I realized that it was really bothering me because there were just so many instances where the people around her would say these things or like do these things because she's Asian, and then she would always be like, well, I'm only half Asian, and she's like, what, it's not enough for me to be half Asian or like half American or whatever. And I'm just like, I don't know, it's just like there's certain little things that has been said that like really irked me, and I was like, it would have been okay, I think, if it was coming from their own voices point of view, where I was like, okay, well, I understand where you're coming from, because like I'm sure like it happens like regularly, like I'm Asian, like it has happened, but it was just kind of irksome because it was happening a lot, and it was always around the people that she's close with too. So I was like, why are you surrounding yourself with people who are like that? And she also becomes like naturally very defensive, which I mean, understandably, like I totally get that. But then I found out that the author is not even Asian, so like she's providing a point of view that I'm like, you don't even understand like what you're talking about or where you're coming from or whatever. I mean, like, I don't know, maybe she's like very tiny bit Asian, I have no idea, but like from what I understand and what I've seen from her photo, definitely not Asian. So I don't know, it just kind of irked me, and I just realized it was just getting really bothersome, so I decided to just DNF. And yeah, that was that with this book. I was driving to work, and I got to a point that I was like, you know what, I am done with all these like racism and these little like snide remarks about her being Asian, and I just couldn't do it anymore, so I DNF'd it. So now that I moved on with that book, I am now listening to another book that's also NetGalley's an ebook, and I think this might be my last one, just because I really want to start focusing on my draconathon. So I think next one I want to pick up will be for draconathon pick. I was going to read them all physically, but I just think at this point I would not be able to finish them all if I was reading them physically. So the one that I'm currently reading right now is this one over here, which is The Map That Leads to You by JP Moninger. I actually do have a physical copy of this somewhere in my rooms. I think it's like right there, but I'm not going to look for it right now. I'm too tired. But I am really enjoying this book. I am 20% of the way through, so I have less than 8 hours, like 7.5 hours left, and it's basically about these two people who meet kind of randomly on a train heading to Amsterdam, and they have this immediate spark between them, and the book just kind of follows their romance, I guess. I haven't really read too much yet, but I am really liking it. It's super engaging. I really like the characters. They have gone through so many funny antics and like crazy scenes in the book already that I am just here for, so I'm thriving. This book is so much better. Like, I don't know why it took me this long, because I have received the physical arc from the publisher like ages ago and just never got to it. So yeah, but that's it in terms of my update. I am so tired. I feel like I actually put on makeup today and I feel like I have these eye bags right now, but I want to just jump in quickly and give us an update. Honestly, I am so sorry. This week video especially has been not great. I haven't been reading very much and I just been really busy. Like, work has been crazy, and today like we had a potluck of some sort. It was like taco day, but the thing is, like, usually like my lunch hour is like when I read, but because of this taco thing and because like somehow like I didn't even get to enjoy the potluck because I got called into a meeting during lunch and I was like, what, I'm like trying to eat here and socialize, but you know, I guess not. Yeah, so I didn't really read either way. Like, today has been awful with reading, so I'm just gonna give you guys an update with my reading though. So I am currently reading this book right now, and this is usually my like lunch break kind of book, but I'm only on page 352. Like, I literally read like 3 or 4 pages. Like, I think that's it. So I don't know if I'll be able to read much tonight because it is already like 10 o'clock. I was really busy like editing my week 2 vlog, which is going to be up tomorrow. Like, I just finished all the touches right now, so I'm planning on that as well. So I haven't even started editing this vlog, which is like terrible. Yeah, so anyways, like, I don't think I'll be able to get to that much reading of this tonight because I'm just really tired. So I don't think I'll be finished it this week, but like, it's fine guys. And then in terms of Hitman Reborn, I haven't read any yesterday, so you know, I was just really tired and went to bed. But the biggest progress that I've made so far is actually my audiobook over here, and that is The Map That Leads to You by JP Moninger. This one I am 52% of the way through. I am loving this book. It is such a good read. I don't know why I put it off for so long too, because I do have the physical. I've had it sitting there for so long, but I just feel like the cover was never like super appealing to me, and I'm definitely a cover person, like 100%. So I think that just kind of like put me off. Like, I just knew it was like a romance book, but the cover was just like meh. So I don't know, I just never picked it up. But this book is fantastic. I really like the romance and like the characters and kind of their like development towards each other as they like kind of get to know each other a little bit more. My only issue right now is that the main guy is kind of a douche, but like, he's like, every time he's like, I don't know, I feel like he does it unintentionally. Like, I don't know, like, I can't really decipher his motives. I feel like he's intentional about it, but also like unintentional about it. And the girl, like, I love her to death because she calls him out, and she calls him out hard, and then she's just like, I don't need to deal with this bullshit, and so she like just leaves or something like that. And then like, the way how she stands up for herself and for her lifestyle and for her own like beliefs and everything, it's just like amazing, and I really love it. And the guy, like, I just love how the guy is like also willing to learn from his mistakes, and I just like overall it's like a really great like relationship, and or like the progress of becoming a really great relationship. And they have such a good strong foundation already, even though they've just met and everything. But I don't know, I'm just loving it a lot. And it's basically just a love story between these two characters who meet together on some train to Amsterdam, and they just hit it off. But the way how it's going right now is just phenomenal, and I'm so here for it. So I definitely think I'll be able to finish the book tomorrow. I feel like I've been reading it a lot, like very quickly, that I think it's totally doable. Like, I'm 52% of the way through, but I only have like 4.5 hours left, and that's like 2 times the speed. So I think like if I can sit down for like 2 hours or so tomorrow, I can definitely like polish off this book, which would be amazing. So yeah, I think that would be like fantastic. So basically that's it. That's all the updates I have right now. I've made progress with 1 book, and that's it. So yeah, anyways, I'll check back in tomorrow. I think I'm going to do my final update tomorrow. Hey guys, so it is now Saturday morning, which is why I'm going to end this vlog now. This week has been kind of just hectic in general, and I haven't really updated you guys at all really, but I just want to jump in quickly, give you guys an update. I have all my notes here and just kind of see how much reading I've done. To be honest, I'm actually pretty pleased with myself because I actually stayed up really late last night and busted through a bunch of Hitman Reborn, and I was just so invested in the story. Like, I got to this whole arc and it was just so like intense, and I was like, I need to know what happens next. But the thing is, I watch anime and I know this arc lasts for a very long time, so I had to like put it down because I was like, I am not going to stay up that late to read it. So anyway, just go through the books that I am currently reading and still in the process of reading. So I am still in the process of reading this book over here. This is Poppy War, and I am now on page 446. And I am loving this book. I do want to say that chapter 21 is in fact very, very graphic, and definitely be aware of reading that when you go into it, because I was like a Dumbo and I knew about chapter 21, but I like don't really like realize chapters when I'm reading, especially when I'm like super invested in the story. And I was in the middle of eating dinner, so yeah, that was probably not the best thing. And I was also eating watermelon, so I don't think that was like the best move ever. And I got to the chapter and I was just like reading it, and then like it wasn't even like graphic in the beginning of the chapter. It wasn't until like I want to say a few pages in, and then I was like, oh. So yeah, anyway, just be mindful of chapter 21, like for sure, because it is intense. Yeah, overall though, I'm really liking this book. There's just so many like fascinating elements to it, and I love the characters and just how like dynamic and multifaceted some of the characters are, especially like Alton specifically. Like, I found out so much about Alton's past. I am like, whoa. I feel like it's made me understand him a lot more, and I definitely cannot wait to finish this. I think I will be able to finish this book this weekend if I am like super, you know, like if I'm trying to do it. But yeah, I don't know, but this book is amazing and definitely recommend it. Like, once I finish this book, I kind of want to just jump right into the sequel, but I have so many other books I want to read right now that I'm like, maybe I should hold off on it. Plus the third book doesn't even come out until November, so I don't know, maybe I should hold off on it. Let me know down below what you guys think I should do, if I should hold on to it, the second book, or if I should just continue right into it. But anyways, so that's with this book. And then I'm also currently reading or listening to my audiobook, which is The Map That Leads to You. I am now on 83% of the way through, so I am almost done. I only have an hour and a half left, so I feel pretty confident that I can finish it this weekend, as long as I actually try to get some audiobook listening done. But who knows, because this is mostly my commute book, and I don't think I'm doing anything this weekend that I'm like, I would definitely be able to listen to a lot of this. Maybe when I'm cooking, I don't know. But I am loving this book. Oh my goodness. So this book, I already mentioned previously, it's like this deep, intense love story, and something happens. I feel like romances for the most part follows a formula of some sort, where it's like they meet up together, they meet for the first time, and then they fall in love, and then like something happens, you know, like there's always some sort of huge misunderstanding, whether it's like something that's like simple, like, or not simple, but like miscommunication, or if it's something like more serious. But there's always something that happens, and the two of them are just kind of like, for whatever reason, are, you know, not together anymore. And so, and then as the book continues, like they have this reconciliation and then they get together. Like, that's the basic formula of romance books. And so I am at the point where it's like the misunderstanding part, and I'm just like, I feel like this is, I don't know, I don't want to say what I think it is because I don't want to be a spoiler, but I have a theory, and I am hoping that it's not the theory that I am hoping that it is, or like, I hope it's not the theory that I think it is. Yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to say here. Because if that's the case, I feel like this might be a super, I can't even say the synonym or the adjective because it'd be a spoiler. But yeah, anyways, point is, this is a very intense love story and I love it. It is so good. Definitely cannot wait to continue listening to it as soon as possible. So I feel very confident that I'll be able to finish it sometime next week for sure. So those are basically the two books I am currently working on right now. So let's just go through the books that I have finished. So let's start with Hitman Reborn first. So I managed to read Hitman Reborn 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. That is, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 books. It is 8 books of Hitman Reborn that I finished this weekend. And I'm pretty sure I'm on my Hitman Reborn 16 right now, but I just got so invested that I kind of lost track of which volume I was on. So yeah, but anyways, I'm loving the series, guys. It is so good. Like, I am like, I cannot wait to continue reading it. There's like what, 40 something volumes, and I'm not even halfway through, guys. Like that is insane. I'm like, what is it, a third of the way through, and it's going to get even crazier and it's going to get even more wilder, and I am so here for it. Then the other books I finished was also Behind Closed Doors, which I gave 5 stars. It was so good. Then I also finished reading The First to Lie by Hank Philippi Ryan. This one I gave 4 stars. Then the other book that I read but didn't finish, I DNF'd it, was Arena. This one I DNF'd. So I read a total of 10 books this week, and then I DNF'd one, so maybe like 10 and a half, something like that. And then of course I'm still in the middle of 2 other books that I am almost done as well. So overall, like a really great week in terms of reading. So let me know down below what you have been reading this past week. If you joined Draconathon or arcaugust, which books have you been reading for those 2 readathons? Also let me know. I'm currently in the middle of trying to find a readathon for September, so if you know one that you're like super hyped up for, let me know down below. Right now I'm eyeing Bookopoly, like Becca's Bookopoly right now, but I am like not 100% sure right now if I'm doing that. But let me know down below if you have any suggestions. I kind of like the month-long one just because it's more like longer, so I feel like it's easier for me to read the books, but at the same time, because it's so long, I feel like I have time and then I end up never reading the books. So yeah, I am totally up for whatever length readathons there are, but let me know below if you have any suggestions or recommendations for me. As always, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe down below, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.